Hi and welcome to Spiritual Mind Magnetism class. I am so happy to have you here. Today we're going to see something about your mind is an energy generator. So your higher mind, that is that personal power that is within you, and that personal power is given by your oneness with God, your connection with God, the fact, the certainty that you are indeed connected to God is an energy field. That oneness, that power is an energy field, is an energy that emanates, and that energy field use your mind as a car to expand the energy to your body, to your surroundings, and to the manifestation in your reality. So um, that is why it's so important that we are mindful, that we are conscious of our thoughts, of our inner, chatting, our inner conversation, because our mind is expending the energy. So if we are, feeding and negative energy, our mind is going to expand that energy into all areas of our lives, into our reality, into our surroundings, even the people that is near us. So it is important to keep a positive mind attitude, as I talked about in other classes, because our mind is right now expending everything that we are thinking. The the mind and the energy and the universe doesn't distinguish. If you want something good or bad, it just recognizes the energy that you are emanating. So that is why it's so important to be conscious about what you are giving, what you are putting out there in energetically speaking. So there is a quote that says, change your mind, change your life. And why is this? And it is a lot of accurate, but this is because the energy that comes from your higher mind, that comes from your connection with God, that comes from the universe, from the spirits. In my case, as a medium, I get the energy, I get the information from spirits, and that energy that comes from your higher mind is pure and positive. So when you change your mind into a positive mind attitude, into thinking positively, you are attracting pure and positive energy into your life, because everything that comes from the higher realms is positive, is good, is it is harmful. It can't damage you. So but when it goes through your mind, everything that comes from the spiritual world, everything that comes from your oneness, your connection with God, is pure, is positive, is good. But then it goes through your mind, and there it can transform, because we are so afraid, so doubtful, so conditioned. So when that pure, beautiful, positive energy come into our minds, most of the time, if we are not conscious about how we think, we can transform that energy into negative and affect everything else. So even when we ask for something, right, we say we want this, and we are asking to God, we're asking to spirits to help us with this. We are asking angels, archangels, to help us with this, and they help us indeed, and they bring all that charming, beautiful, sparkling energy into our material plane, but it goes through our mind, and we just mess it up. So this is why it's so important be conscious, to be aware, to be mindful of how we think, because we are expanding, we are transforming that energy. If we take that energy from the higher realms, exactly as it coming down, as we are receiving it, without transforming it, just accepting the energy, accepting what we are receiving, that is always good, always positive, and we don't imprint on that energy fear or doubt or anger. We just receive that energy just as it is. It's the same energy we are going to expand into our life. It's going to expand to our surroundings, and that is the energy that brings positive manifestation in our lives. So we live by energy. Everything is energy. And I am trying here that you understand how energy works, because we don't always get it. We think it's a magical thing, like we think positively for 2 minutes and everything is going to change, and no. So it is important to understand how energy works, because we are so used to put the effort to work with masculine energy, to overdo sometimes, and also we want to see things right now. We live in a society, in a world that is immediate. We have the information right now, we have the food right now, we have almost everything like instantly, and we think that everything in our lives is going to happen like that. And with energy, it takes a little more of it takes divine timing, and it takes a lot of work from our parts to be conscious, not to do things automatically. Because when we everything that we get instantly, like the fast food or the news, are developing automatically, not from a conscious level. So it is not always a positive thing, and understanding how energy works is going to open the doors to manifestation for you, because you can work better with the energy flow. So everything is energy. What makes the difference between getting along with people or not, empathize with people, is the energy that is between me and the other people. For example, there are some people that you just you feel like you know them from a lifetime, and there are people that you don't understand why, because they are not bad people and they are not doing anything to you, but you don't understand why you repelled that person, and it is because their energy doesn't lie. You can look at my face and you can say whatever you want and lie to me, but your energy never lies. If you are repelling a person, if that person, even the person is showing you like the best side of them, they are being very nice, very kind, if the energy is telling you something else, trust the energy. The energy never lies. So if you don't empathize with that person, it's because the energy of that person is not good for you, and your energy is automatically saying, wait a minute, you are intoxicating my energy field. So the difference between living a life full of joy, happiness, love, wealth is energy. That is the difference between living a fulfilled life or living a miserable life. And that the difference is how we manage energy, how we work with energy. So the energy that we process through our minds is the one that predominates or change your life for better or for worse. Because if the energy that predominates in your mind is the negative energy, the negative thoughts, that is what you're going to manifest in your life, like negative situations, obstacles, um, things that answers the energy that you are emanating from your mind, your body. So you're constantly exchanging energy. We are constantly, this is an, energy giving and taking all the time, 24 hours a day, every day. You are exchanging energy with everything. With everything, even with the divine realm. You're always receiving and giving energy. So this is why it's so important to keep a positive mental attitude, to be aware and conscious of where you are focusing your energy, where you are pouring your energy into, because you create what you give energy to. Some people say that what you give attention to blossoms. Yeah, you are giving energy to that thing. So everything that you give energy to is going to prosper. If you are giving positive energy, it's going to prosper. But if you are giving negative energy into that, things probably don't get well. So where are you putting your energy into? And is that energy positive or negative? So ask yourself that and evaluate every area of your life, especially the ones that are not going well, and see how are you investing or focusing on what are you focusing. You are focusing on the good or on the bad things. You are putting negative energy into that or positive energy into that, and you will see how things are going to be. You're going to say, hey, this is why it's not working. And that way, when you are conscious about something, you can be indifferent. So you now can say, okay, I know why this is not working, so I am giving my attention to it, a positive attention to it. So the result is the kind of energy you are given. You have to stop looking at your mind as your enemy. A lot of people, and I know how it is, because for several years I suffered from anxiety, and I know how it is to feel that your mind is your enemy. A lot of you know um, people say that you have to stop thinking negatively of in your mind. Just goes on, goes on. And I suffered from anxiety for a long time. It is awful. And anxiety is a lot of the generator of anxiety, the what pops up anxiety is looking at your mind as an enemy, because you get to a point where you are afraid of thinking. So your mind is not your enemy. You are just creating resistance. If you let your mind flow, if you let your thoughts come and go without attaching to the thoughts, you will see how the energy softens up, and the stress and the anxiety begin to diminish. So I know every time you are thinking positive, your mind comes and strike again, telling you that you can't do it, that you are crazy, that if that person didn't call you today, it's because he didn't love you, or because he's with someone else. And there goes your mind, and you say, I'm going to begin this new project and everything is going to be fine, and there comes your mind and say, you're going to fail. So I know how it is. I am not saying it's easy, but we have to train our minds. We have to train our minds, because to, to be conscious, to acknowledge how important it is to have a healthy mind, to have healthy and positive thoughts, is to the development, to the fulfillment, to the joy of our lives. You get, you get to work and say, okay, let's put some it is not to create resistance. It is not trying to control your mind. Don't try to control your mind. It's just to understand how it works. It's just to accept it, and don't get attached to the negative thoughts. Because when you stop being attached to the negative thoughts, that if some that thought comes to your mind, said you're going to fail, you start cancel, clear, delete, and I am going to be successful, and you just go on. You don't get to it. You don't develop an emotion from that thought. You don't develop a feeling from that thought. Because if you do it, you are attaching to the thought. If you feel, if you have a pop-up thought in your mind that said that you are going to fail, and you start to feel afraid and anxious, you are attaching to that thought, and that thought is creating a negative energy in you. So the thing here is to not to create an emotion on negative thoughts. Just you see that you have that thought that said you're going to fail, and you say, no, I am going to be successful, and you just go on and forget about the pop-up thought. So if this scenario sounds familiar, that I think it might sound familiar, that's something that happens to all of us. Even if you are very spiritual, if you practice this a lot, your mind is always creating resistance. It is normal, and with time things get easier. So the key is to raise above negative thoughts. It's not attaching to it, it's just raising above and say that doesn't affect me, that doesn't affect my energy, because I have the power to co-create the life that I want. So I am succeeding in this project, and it is not fighting with your mind and trying to shut up your mind, because that is not going to work. It's going to create a lot of stress and a lot of anxiety for you. So it is just to rise above the thought, the negative thought, and just let it be, and if you feel more comfortable saying cancel, clear, delete, so the negative effects disappear, you can do it. And then just move on. And through negative and destructive thoughts, we broadcast telepathically with the corresponding negative thought energies that exist in our mind. So while positive and constructive thoughts broadcast on those corresponding frequencies of our mental energies. So the energies of our mind can reach out beyond the body and make telepathic contact with people as well as objects. That's why we affect people, we affect things with our energy. In metaphysical science, it is thought that the energy of the mind are on different wavelengths or frequencies. So each of these frequencies of mental energy corresponds to a particular emotion and nature of thoughts going on within us at any given time. So the fact that the thoughts work so well, it is because it comes like in a bundle attached to an emotion. And that's what energy transmits, the emotion, for people who are empath, like for me, for example, and people who are the same, who are empaths, know that the energy of the other person can affect you emotionally. So today, this morning, I had a client, and I was given reading and coaching, and that person was so afraid that I could feel like nauseated, and I told her like, why are you so afraid? Because I feel like I want to throw up, and it is because I can feel the energy, and the energy becomes an emotion. The emotion was fear. So you can identify how the other people is feeling. You sometimes I am close to some people, I am near to some people, and I start feeling anxious, so anxious that my body like try, like shake. And I said, what is happening? And with time, you learn to manage it and to realize that it's not you. And you say, I am receiving an energy that is not mine. But I kind of feel I'm very, and you get the emotion of anxiousness of the other people, and you create an emotion when you think something, you know, beautiful, like, I don't know, you remember the time you have your first date with your boyfriend or girlfriend, or you have the first kiss, and you feel so, thinking about that or thinking about the person you love makes you feel so happy and joyful, and and in love. And that is the energy. Sometimes you go walking on the street and you are laughing alone because you are thinking of that person and things that you do together, and you even laugh, and you are, when you are emanating that energy, you can see that you pass by people and people look at you and smile at you because you are transmitting a happy energy. I am so in love, I am so happy, and people respond to it. People respond to it. When you go with an aggressive energy, when you go to some place, for example, to reclaim something, you go to a store to make um, to say that something doesn't you bought doesn't work. Try to do the exercise of going with this peaceful resolution, understanding, and compassive energy to change the thing that doesn't work, and try to go with an anger, I want this to be solved now because I pay for it, and you give it and it doesn't work energy, and see the difference and that different reaction people have even before you begin to speak, because your energy just come right before you know your energy comes first and then you came and speak. So try to do that and try to notice how your energy affects the reaction from other people towards you. So this resume on the fact that you attract the same kind of energy you are giving out. It is simple. It is very simple to understand. What you give out, you receive. And sometimes you say, well, why am I am not, earning more money, or some financial lack. Just analyze yourself, be conscious for 1 or 2 days on how you talk about money, how you talk about your finances, how you think about money, how you feel about money, about stability, about prosperity. Evaluate that. Hear the the speech you give to yourself and you give to others when you are, talking with friends or family about finances. Listen to yourself. What do you say? What do you think? Because you are going to probably find what is holding you back and what is keeping you in a lacking state of finances. So we attract to ourselves in physical form that which we are thinking on a mental level. Where we put our energy is where we are creating something. I told that earlier. As a light worker, it was very important to me to understand how energy can be dispersed and how important it is to know how to manage my energy so I can create what I truly want. Because sometimes we give energy to so many things that are not serving us for our purpose or for what we want to create, but we can say no, or we don't know how to say no to some things, so we are dispersing the energy instead of focusing on what we really want to create and create it faster. So when you spend time doing things that are not aligned with what you want to create in your life, you are dispersing the energy. For example, I was talking about this with some friends the other day. You want to be, to have a healthier life, to eat healthier, to that person, like a friend I was talking to, she said like, no, I want to, have the discipline to go to the gym, to, look better, look better in her body. She's very beautiful. I don't know why, but I don't know why she wants to, you know, um, better her body. But anyways, it's something personal. I understand that. The thing is that she said like she wants to have like a healthier habits of eating, but she wasn't focusing on that because she was giving her energy to um, things like I don't know if I can spend the rest of my life eating this. So that she's already creating a negative thought towards her healthier life she wants to have. The other thing is that she's not willing to give up the fact that she goes out a lot, that she likes to eat on restaurants, that she travels a lot. So there is a lot of things that she's giving energy to that is not serving for what she wants, that is creating a healthier, style, lifestyle, and change her body for a more fit body. So she's giving her energy to a lot of things, but not concentrating all her energy into what she wants to create. So we do that a lot. We disperse the energy, because we want to create something. We want to write a book. We want to write a book, and we have the opportunity, and the editorial says to you that they need the manuscript, or the first draft of the manuscript, for in 6 weeks, 8 weeks, and you are not even wrote half of the book, but you want that. You have that because you ask for it and you are manifesting it. But instead of giving all your attention to that book, all your energy to that book to create what you ask for and what you want, you have the opportunity to create it, but you go, you every time a friend call you or someone call you, you go out, you spend a lot of time on the cell phone or watching TV or running errands. It is not that you are going to stop your life and just focus on the book, but you have to give most of the attention to it. The same thing if you want to manifest a relationship. You have to give a lot of energy onto healing yourself, onto cleaning the blockages that are, you know, blocking, by the way, the flow of the love energy into your life. You have to tune into with the energy of love to clear up yourself of what you really want in a relationship, what kind of relationship you want, and you have to connect with your inner self, connect with your feminine energy, connect with that nurturing side of yourself, because you are entering in a relationship. So for everything that we have to give energy to that, to create that. When we are in the process of manifesting, we have to give a lot of energy to what we want. And if that means to say no to some things, for something new, for something that we want to come into our lives, we have to create a vessel, and we have to say no, and we have to say goodbye to a lot of things that are blocking, that are not serving for that purpose or for that thing we want to create. You have to create a space. There is no other way. You have to create a space. So knowing exactly what you want is essential. It's essential because with this certainty about what you want to create, you start saying no to things, situations, and people that take you out of your vision. And not from a negative place. It is just with a lot of love, like with compassion, that I am focusing now on this. This is what I want in my life, so I am putting all my energy on creating what I want. So if you want to move to your own place, for example, you need to release the habit of spending on things that you don't need at this time. Yeah, if you have to work a few extra hours to be able to manifest that new home, that new place, that move, then you have to know how to say no to hang out every day, for example. It is not that you don't go out, it is not that you not enjoy, because you need to have a balance. And you need to keep that positive, joyful energy toward what you are creating, and it is not that you don't go out, nor that you take the time for, pay attention to other areas of your life, because you need to do that, because all areas of your life are important. It is only having the awareness and the determination to know when to say no to those situations that don't contribute but disperse or steal your energy. So everything we're thinking creates a magnetic energy force that brings to us that the things we are thinking, and mostly the feeling, what we feel when we think about that. So it goes beyond the desire. You can desire to buy a new car, but if you go thinking about how you will pay for it, or that you hate the car you have now, or that you hate not having a car, or you have doubt about your ability to have the car that you want, or to manifest the car that you want, the results will not be very positive, because it is not the wish. It is not wishing something. It is what you think about that desire, and the energy you put onto it, and what you do about it. how you take action for it. Also, so when seeking love, money, success, the mind will attract that you are asking for telepathically, provided that a positive mental attitude is maintained about the result being sought. So similarly, if we have a negative attitude about something that we desire, it will telepathically repel it. So that's why it's so important to maintain a positive mental attitude, even if you don't see things happening exactly as you want right now. There is when faith comes in, and you have to know that in the spiritual plane, everything is aligning to manifest that. Even right now, you don't see anything of that happening. So I surely know how difficult it is to keep a positive mind when your reality doesn't look like what you are asking for. I know how it feels. Sometimes it is frustrating. But that's when we need to have faith. That when we need to trust that we are not alone, that we are receiving all the help that we need, and that in the perfect timing, in divine order, everything is going to begin to manifest. So, believing in yourself, and mostly believing in the spiritual realm that is always with you, guiding you, helping you, supporting you, and providing everything you need is what makes miracle happen. Because reality can look very frustrating and disappointing sometimes, but that faith, that trust, that certainty that we are not alone is what makes the difference. It what keeps you there, hanging on, until you see miracles happening and things manifesting in your life. So that trust, that confidence that they are taking charge of your life while you're thinking and acting in positive ways, is what brings on the manifestation of your dreams to reality. In essence, whatever we are thinking is connecting us with the corresponding energy levels of everything in nature. We are aligning with the desire. You are aligning with your desire. Whether on this planet or beyond, we are literally drawing to us to physical manifestation the corresponding energy levels of our minds, our thoughts. So the most positive, the most visualization of success you have on something, the better on the earthly plane, on this material plane. So your mind is magnetic. You have like a magnet here. It's a magnetic force that draws to you people, situations, things, circumstances. Think of your mind as that magnetic field and choose what do you want that magnetic field to bring to you. What do you see coming to you? So be mindful of your thoughts and action and notice if that is what you want to bring into your life. You need to have crystal clear intentions with everything in your life so you can manifest exactly what you want. So positive attitudes. Let me talk about a little bit about positive attitudes. It has happened to you that you consciously keep positive thoughts. However, there are windows pop up, like the pop-up thoughts, that bring out negative and self-destructive thoughts. We talked about that earlier, and I know you have gone through that. So, this happens because your subconscious mind is affected by the negative thought of your conscious mind. You think, you have been spending so much time thinking negatively about a lot of things. Thinking, sometimes thinking about the worst scenario for something. And that your subconscious mind is affected by it. Your subconscious mind is not as the conscious mind. The subconscious stay like on the background, and if it's affected with negative thought, even in your conscious mind you are thinking positively, your subconscious is like, firing negative thoughts to you because it's affected to it. The subconscious mind acts as a memory bank, like as a pen drive, for everything that is passing through the conscious level of our mind. In turn, it fits back into the conscious mind that which we have previously placed in it via our conscious thinking. So to promote a positive attitude on the subconscious level of the mind, you can change this, and you can heal your subconscious mind with this. You must deliberately guard your conscious thinking. 2. Refuse to accept anything negative or self-destructive about yourself or your life. And 3. At the same time, it is essential to take time to program your subconscious mind with positive thoughts so that new patterns will be established there. So here are keys for happiness. These keys, if applied daily, can lead to happiness with oneself and your life, with yourself and your life. And one will quickly become aware of your life improvement. You will see how your life is improving. Not that the keys are based on, the principles we have discussed during this class. So the first key to happiness is maintain a positive conscious mental attitude no matter what happens to you in your daily activities. 2. Daily program your subconscious mind with positive thoughts, particularly concerning your goals. Do this in a light state of meditation. You can be walking or watching the dishes or taking the dogs out, when the subconscious part of your mind is open to suggestion. Daily sublimate negative subconscious patterns through deep meditation by allowing the natural healing energy to enter your subconscious and subconscious mind. Here also the positive spiritual magnetism. The first thing is to maintain a positive mental attitude in your conscious mind during your daily activities. Do not accept a negative condition occurring in your life as a reality in your mind. React by taking positive, constructive thought on how to improve the condition. Nullify negative thought as soon as they enter your mind. Don't allow them to return unchecked into your subconscious mind as realities. Regard your every thought as a telepathic magnetic energy that can draw or repel good and happiness. Don't talk negatively in casual conversations. Those with whom you speak will build up an image of you in their minds as the loser, and in doing so propel the telepathic negative magnetism to larger numbers. So choose new friends who have a positive mental attitude. When communicating with others, make only positive statements. Take time each day to program your subconscious mind with positive thoughts. Program your mind to believe and accept that what you wish to achieve is already yours. Live, act, and above all think and feel like a person who already has that which is desired. Take time each day to practice deep meditation. It's important, and it's important to also practice with affirmations. So you can look for affirmations in other classes I gave early in the week. So I hope this complements the other classes about energy, about how to maintain a positive attitude, and how this will change definitely your life for better when you maintain a positive mental attitude. So God bless you. Thank you for joining me. Have a great day.